So I don't have my camera, my Nikon camera, so I'm recording off my iPhone, but I just got off of work and this is what's happening. I'm gonna start her up, right? Okay, we're gonna do that again. I'm gonna give it gas. Dead. Okay, I'm gonna try that one more time. So it starts out fine. We're just gonna keep an eye on this real quick. I have to give it gas in order to keep it alive. And it starts to idle normal. Yeah, we definitely got to figure out what's wrong with why it's doing that. We got to figure out why it starts, then it dies. So I'm actually gonna have to drive like this to go home and figure it out. I'm probably like 15 minutes away heading home. I mean, the car runs fine, but I don't know, man. If I put my foot on the gas, it hesitates. So we'll see when I get home and see what's going on with the engine, but it sounds fine. So I made it home, and I don't know, man. We're gonna have to figure out what's going on with the car when it starts up, because that's not normal. Usually the car doesn't want to warm up. Like, I literally have to keep my foot on the gas pedal to keep the car, running, and it just doesn't want to warm up. So I'm gonna head inside, check the forum, see what symptoms can cause that. My guess is gonna be the fuel pressure regulator. I feel like the fuel pressure regulator is probably bad, or maybe the vacuum line is getting a little bit of gas sucked in going into the intake. So I don't know. I'm gonna head inside, check it out, and then we'll see what we can do tomorrow morning. So it's the next day, and the car, if you guys saw, I recorded with my iPhone. I tried my best to record it, but the car had a weird idle problem, and it was really hard to start the car. I literally had to, like, when I would start it, the car would warm up, then it would bog out. I started again, same thing, and then on the third time, it's when it started to idle fine. So my guess, it might be the fuel pressure regulator. So I moved to my kitchen because my room doesn't really have that much of a good lighting. So some symptoms of a bad fuel pressure regulator. One is if there's black smoke coming out of your tailpipe. So if you see black smoke coming out of your tailpipe, that's usually an indication of a bad fuel pressure regulator. So go ahead and double check on that. A second symptom can be if you see gas coming out of the tailpipe, like dripping, or when you start your car or cold start or whatever, and you see like water or gas dripping out of the tailpipe and you see it on the floor, that can also be a symptom of a bad fuel pressure regulator. The third symptom can be when you're trying to start your engine and your engine has a hard time, cranking up. Or in my case, when I start the car, the engine is fine for like a minute, then it completely dies and bogs out. That can also be a symptom of a bad fuel pressure regulator. The fourth symptom can be like if you're cruising or you go to a red light or you stop at a stop sign and your engine stalls. That can also be a symptom of a bad fuel pressure regulator. And the most important one is if you're driving and you downshift, or your car, if it's automatic or manual and it downshifts, if you hear a backfire, and right when the backfire happens, and if you start smelling gas inside your car, that's also a sign of a bad fuel pressure regulator. So those are the common symptoms that you can check, and that's pretty much the easiest way you can tell if you have a bad fuel pressure regulator. So we're gonna go to the 240 and take out the fuel pressure regulator and swap it out because I do have an extra one laying around. So we're inside the 240 and we're gonna go ahead and start this up so you guys can see what was happening yesterday. So check this out. We're gonna go ahead and start it. Fans are on, everything's good to go. Car is in neutral. And here we go. Alright, I'm gonna let go of the ignition. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Let the fuel pump do its thing. And we're gonna go ahead and start it. Check this out. Everything's good, right? Give it like a minute. This is what's gonna happen. It's like struggling to keep idle. And it goes again. And it's dead. And it smells a lot. It smells bad inside the car. It smells a lot like gas. A lot of gas. And oh my god, I can really smell it. So I'm gonna go ahead and move the car to the side of my house, and we're gonna take out the fuel pressure regulator and swap that out. Now the only way we're gonna be able to do this is if the freaking car can keep idle for like, I don't know, like a couple seconds. So let's try again. Alright, I know I'm supposed to let the car warm up, but in my case I need to move this car. Oh god, it died. Try again. This car started right up. Okay. This is so hard with one hand, guys. And the car died again. Alright, here we go. Spot. And the car is idling fine. This car is so weird. Alright, let's pop the hood and go check out the fuel pressure regulator. So for a single cam engine, if you have a KA24E, the fuel pressure regulator is located behind the fuel rail. So this is it right here. Let me take these connectors off real quick. It makes it easier so for you guys to see it. I'm going to move this to the side. This one's being a little stubborn. Sweet. There it is. This is the fuel pressure regulator right here. So we're going to go ahead and remove the actual fuel pump, the 10 amp fuse fuel pump, and go ahead and start the car. That way there's no more fuel pressure. Take this sucker out and replace it. And hopefully we don't have that starting problem. So the fuel pump is a 10 amp fuse, but I'm gonna go ahead and take out the relay instead. So this is the fuel pump relay, so it's located right here, and we're gonna start the car up a couple of times. The car is actually gonna start up, so once it starts up it's gonna bog and die. Then you can replace the fuel pressure regulator because you don't have any more fuel going through the fuel rail. So go ahead and start it up. So we're going to get rid of all this fuel. Also, depending how much fuel you have, the car will start and bog out. So in my case, since my car already has trouble starting, it's not going to do that. Do it like 2 more times. And one last time. Okay, that's it. So this is my spare fuel pressure regulator. I actually have a spare intake manifold, so I took it off of that one. So we're gonna go ahead and replace it. And it's a good thing to have like extra parts laying around. That way you save time and you save money as well. So let's swap it out. So I ended up taking the fuel rail off because I didn't have a short screwdriver to take it off from the back when it was attached. So I went ahead and took it off. Now we just gotta wiggle this sucker back and forth and it should pop right off. Oh, there we go. And it's spilling. It's actually spilling a lot of fuel. But this is the old one and we're gonna put in the other one. So put this to the side. So I went inside my garage and I had this old piece of clothes that's all ripped up and stuff. So I went ahead and put this over where my harness is at because I don't want fuel going inside my wire harness, and then when I try to start it there's gonna be a short and all that stuff. So I have my spare fuel pressure regulator. We're gonna go ahead and put this sucker back in. Should be clips right on, and we're just gonna put the 2 screws that hold it in place. Now it's a good time to inspect the injectors as well, since I have the fuel rail out. So I'm gonna go ahead and inspect all of them and clean out the terminals as well, because I can't get it in camera, but they're really dirty. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean them all out. Good thing we inspected the injectors, because this injector is cracked. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but if I wanted to, I can actually. There it is. I broke the plastic piece. So all the injectors checked out fine. This was the only one that was cracked. So what we're gonna do is put everything back. Put our fuel pump relay back. Go ahead and prime the fuel pump. Start it up, and hopefully, I'm hoping that this hesitation goes away, and hopefully the car can warm up properly. Go ahead and put the fuel pump relay back. That's on. Go ahead and connect the battery. And let's start her right up. Battery's connected. Put the fuel pump back. Everything is connected. Fuel rail, fuel injectors, fuel pump regulator. Now we can just switch the ignition to the on position. There we go. Let the fuel pump prime. Let's do it like 3 times. That's the second time. And one more time. And we're gonna start her up in 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. Let it do its thing. Okay. Alright. Now we're going to do it one more time. So I'm going to let it sit for like 5 minutes and adjust the idle and see if the hesitation goes away. So the car has been idling for like 5 to 10 minutes already, and it sounds really good. I adjusted the idle right next where the throttle cable is at. This is where I adjusted the idle, the throttle cable, messed with it, make sure it was at the right RPM, and it sounds really good. So the next thing I'm gonna do is actually head to the driver's side, go ahead and turn the car off, and then turn it back on. All right, here we go. I went ahead and turned off the car and go ahead and start it right back up. Okay. So if you take a look at the idle, the idle is at a constant idle. It moves up and down a little bit. So I'm gonna adjust the throttle cable again. I'm gonna lower the idle just a little bit more, and we should be good. So if you guys made it this far to the video, I actually have something or a suggestion for you guys. I remember reading a comment by Honda Vlog saying like, what happened to the Acura Integra? What's the Acura Integra being in the back? You know, what's wrong with it? So if you guys want to hear the story of the Acura Integra, we need to hit 10 likes on this video. So if we hit 10 likes on this video, I'll tell you what happened to the Acura Integra, because that's actually my first car I ever owned. So if we hit 10 likes, I'll tell you guys the story, and we'll probably do a build on the Acura Integra, restore it, make it look how it was 2013. So this car hasn't moved, guys. It hasn't moved since 2013. It's been in the back collecting dust. My parents actually told me like, dude, what are you gonna do with the car? Either junk it or fix it, because my parents want to get this car out of the driveway and park it in the street. So if we get 10 likes on this video, I'll do a story of the Acura Integra. That was my first car I got when I graduated in 2013. So if you guys, I'm serious, if you guys want to hear the story of it, we need to hit 10 likes on this video, and we'll do a freaking build on the Acura Integra. But I need your guys' help, alright? So you guys gotta hit 10 likes on, we gotta get 10 likes on this video, and I'll tell you guys everything of the Acura Integra. So I'll give you guys a quick peek. This is my 1989 Acura Integra 4-door RS. This car has not moved since 2013, and look at the paint, man. Like, it's kind of my fault for, you know, letting it sit for a long time. But there's a story why I didn't want to put no more money into it. So if you guys want to know the story, leave a comment down below. And the interior is really clean. Like, everything's clean. Interior panels are all good. I remember someone stole the Integra, so they messed up with the ignition. So that was another problem. The seat, only the driver's side's messed up, but we can fix that as well. And I mean, everything else in here is nice and clean. It is automatic, but if you guys want me to do a build series, I can swap it to manual. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments down below. It's gonna be more content for you guys. It even has the back seat. Back seats are nice. There's just a bunch of stuff in here. So that's just a quick peek. And I'm serious, if you get 10 likes on this video, I'll tell you guys the story of why I haven't moved the car and why I left it back here. So let me know. So I'm gonna give you guys an update if the car keeps doing the same thing when I start it right up, because dude, like I had a hard time trying to start the car up when I was coming home from work, and plus it was super dark, and I was just like, please just let me make it home. Like, just let me make it home just for today so I can figure out what was going on. So what we ended up doing was changing the fuel pressure regulator, and we also swapped out an injector because the injector was cracked and the plastic piece was broken. And you guys saw how like I literally just picked it up with my thumb and it broke completely. So we swapped that out. Everything is working properly, but I won't be able to tell if the car is gonna struggle to start right up, because of course when the car is warm already, it's easier for the car to start up. So when it's at a cold start, it's harder for the car to start right up. So I actually want to start the car tomorrow morning since it's gonna be really cold. So I'm gonna wake up early tomorrow, start her up and see if it struggles to keep its idle, and hopefully it doesn't bog out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. Also, if you guys haven't followed me on social media, go ahead and follow me on social media, because I'm doing updates on the 240 every day. But if this video gets 10 likes, I'm serious guys, we'll do something with the Integra. I'll give you guys the full scoop why the Integra has been abandoned and the car hasn't been touched in 5 years, guys. Since 2013, that car has been there in the back chilling. You know, no one has touched it or anything like that. So if you guys want me to do something with it, this video has to get 10 likes. Leave a comment down below and I'll make something happen with the Integra. But like always, I'll see you guys on the next video. Later guys.